Ooh, ooh. Oh, navy blue van, lips, teeth, eyes, and mouth. Enunciation. Don't let it go south. Yo. You better learn the states and capitals of our nation. From border to border, so I start in alphabetical order. Alaska, the land of snow. Capital city, Juneau, Alabama, the producer of steel. Harrisburg's the capital, these facts are for real. It's pretty easy, it's pretty good. You kinda like it? I knew you would. California, the fruit state. Sacramento's the capital. Can you relate? Trying to rap. Audio origami episode number 4.
Quattro.
Number quattro.
Numero
quattro. So
can I get an update on the hockey team, the lawyer, and the intern?
Yeah. Starting with square one.
Okay.
Now, what have you been doing? You hung up curtains.
Nothing. Yeah.
The headquarters.
Remodeled the new world headquarters.
The new and improved.
It's sexy time. It's audio origami after dark. We got the
this
red
shit
light
is so
going.
fucking dark.
The ladies are here.
It's open.
All right.
The ladies. We have fans.
It's nice enough in here to give Barry White a boner.
And what else did you do this week? Anything?
I hung curtains. Got our car fixed.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you got it back?
Got it back finally. My asshole still hurts from the ass raping we took from
reaming.
that guy.
That was a formidable reaming which you received. You received a formidable reaming, sir.
Rearranged the coffee shop.
It looks great. Spacious.
Yeah. That's it, really. My week wasn't nearly as exciting as yours. I'm sure of it.
Oh, did I tell you already? I got into magic? It's been the best week of my life.
Magic? What do you got?
Oh, I just I saw a really fantastic show.
Okay.
Brentley Deviant's new magic show that just came out on TBS.
Brentley Deviant.
Brentley Deviant.
Okay.
He's from he's a Welshman, but he's got this new magic show on TBS, which I just happened to see, and it was phenomenal, dude. Like the things he did were just fucking mind blowing. But this guy is like he's sort of like the Sid Vicious of magic.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it just like it's sort of
a heroin addict.
No, all the showmanship. Let's say.
Oh.
The unpredictableness, the unpredictability,
the inability to play an instrument.
He can't play any instruments. He's got a crazy ass girlfriend too.
Say his name again.
Sort of Brentley Deviant.
Is this real or fake magic?
No, this is real.
Okay.
It's on TBS, dude.
Okay. I don't have cable.
Real deal.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
All right.
It's there's two. I saw 2 1-hour specials.
All right.
I had to buy one on DVD.
I'm listening.
From Best Buy. It's like right there. But this guy does like fucking phenomenal things.
Such as?
He works with the supernatural.
Okay.
Creates magic.
Okay.
Yeah. Just really mind blowing. It's kind of like conceptual magicianship.
Okay. What? Can you give us an example, or is it just? Okay, he's a great musician and picture it. Okay.
No, he's not a great musician. He doesn't play any instruments.
Magician.
Oh, okay. I thought you said musician.
Magician. No. I probably did.
Music is so dead.
Well, I'm thinking about it. Don't fucking correct me. Okay. Play along.
Fucking what? One of the finales for one of the specials which I watched was him, and he picked somebody from the audience. This was filmed in Tennessee, this particular one, and they bring him up on the stage, and his wife is there as well. And Brentley Deviant gets all like saucy and starts macking on this dude's old lady.
All right.
And he's just like, "I'm gonna send you away." I can't do like a Welshman accent.
No, please. Start over and do it as a Welshman.
He's like, "Hello, love. What's your name?" He's from like an uppity part of Welshland.
Welshlandia.
Fucking. So he brings this girl up. He's all talking her up, kind of being a dick to her significant other. So he brings this chick up.
Okay.
He starts macking on her, sort of acting like a dick towards her husband.
Right.
And he's just like, "I'm gonna send you away to a fucking like blippity blippity blop," and like all this shit. And so they're like, "Yeah, whatever." And he's just like, "You're my associate," and his wife is on this island. And they're like, can you show us the Tom? Can you show like a newspaper, like all this shit, like all this evidence that they were on this island.
Right.
And he's like, I'm going to send you that, baby. And he fucking he does it. He sends her there, and it's all like through video. Like it's live video feed from this other place, and he sends her there. And he's just like, all right, like write down, and he like gets audience people to say like, write down 10 crazy ass things on a piece of paper. They text it to her. She then writes it on the thing, and it's all like live. Like it's fucking insane.
You think it's live?
It's live.
It's magic.
Is it or I don't know. I think there is something to this magic thing. No, I know the thing about magic.
It's not real. It's magic.
No, this is magic. This guy is like, he's like the cutting edge of magic.
I thought David Blaine was the cutting edge of magic.
No, this guy's so far past that.
Really?
Like sleep deprivation is like day one shit for this fucking.
Yeah.
This dude.
I
this
thought
dude hasn't slept in years.
David Blaine, when he started doing all that, I'm gonna hang upside down in an ice cube for fucking 72 hours. What the fuck? So what?
David Blaine had
That's not
fucking,
magic.
He had like a staged like persona though. And I found out, like, I went out last night to a local magic hangout. I had to ride the light rail downtown. And, like, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door with, like, these magic people are, like, exclusive. And so I went down there and I was hanging out, and there was a lecture on sleight of hand.
Okay.
And so, like, on the way home, I was informed on the way down that RTD had hired all these new people. And on the way home, there was a security officer who, like, I had my earphones in at first, and he was like walking down the aisle, and he would stop at everybody and like do this like sort of move, and I could tell like everybody was spellbound.
Really?
Like after he did it, he would say something
on the train. This was on the train.
Yeah, this was on the train, and so he was like coming my direction from the opposite side of the train. Because I have to be on the very end because I ride a scooter, and he gets to like 4 people from me. I'm like, all right, I should figure out what this dude's saying. And he walked up to this group of fucking like kind of thuggy looking little dudes, and he said, "Does everybody know where they're going?" And he did his hand motion, and everybody was just like awestruck. I don't know if it was because that was like the stupidest fucking question that anybody could ever ask you.
Right.
Or it was like his hand gesture, but I think it had something to do with his showmanship, his presence.
It kind of reminds me of the Tom Hanks animated Christmas movie. What the hell is it called? The Christmas Train.
Flurry.
They ride the train in the North Pole, and he's magic.
Oh, the Polar Bear Express.
The Polar Express, yeah.
The Polar Bear Express.
No, it's just a Polar Express.
Oh, I have a correction from our last episode.
Okay.
Our sponsor is not Dawson's Creek.
Okay.
That's a television show.
Right?
It's Dawson's Wild Spices. Dawson's.
Oh, I thought it was a joke. I thought you were fucking bagging on Dawson's Creek. 2 kids in a boat on a pond, making out, having some curry. It's fucking great.
Dawson's Creek Wild Spices.
So let me ask you this. You went to a magic place to get your foot in the door.
It was a coffee house.
Okay. So, like, for comedians or bands or poets or whatever, they have open mic night. What do they do for magicians? Is it the same thing? Just bounce up on stage and
like the thing about the magician world is nobody really wants to give up their secrets
because it's magic.
They talk about magic and they talk about the ethics of magic. They talk about pricing. It's kind of like a ethical guideline.
Are there ethics in magic?
Well, you don't want to whore the magic industry.
No, you don't.
Nobody wants to do that.
God, that sounds like the most boring thesis ever. Like, I'm getting my master's degree in magician ethics.
Magician ethics.
Or if you were a
lawyer for like magicians. Magician lawyer. My client did not saw you in half. In fact, he utilized magic.
My partner works in fucking clown lawyer. He's a clown lawyer.
Boom. Fucking yeah. So
all right, cool.
I've been trying to research magic. I've been trying to develop my own little thing. So
do you have any tricks?
I've got a couple card tricks which I invented myself.
Okay.
I'm still trying to polish them. I can trick my son every time. But
the Audio Origami Podcast on Facebook. Please like us. Thanks for the thousands of you that already have.
Thousands, so many.
And thanks
for there's that many people on Facebook.
Thanks for the tens of you that are watching the YouTube videos. And apologies for episode number 3. The content was good. The audio, it was bad. Randy, as you know, our sound engineer dipped, and I was trying to do it all last week, and it was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, that was something.
But this week promises to be much better. We're not live again, which is good.
That's a bonus.
I think, especially for these podcasts where we're going at fucking 2,300 hours,
right?
Mountain Standard Time,
something like that.
Who's up? I mean, if you're up and you're cool on a Saturday night, you're not listening. You're out. You're like, and if you're up and you're like us and you have kids or whatever, you're in bed
and out dry humping.
Yeah.
Underneath some bleachers or something.
Yeah, you're masturbating and crying. Favorite magician all time? Who you got?
Well, I have to say, I'm a huge fan of the classics, but I like my shit to fucking be sort of stable. I like the Smothers Brothers because they dipped into some magic, I believe.
What about Penn and Teller? Do you like them?
I've never seen any of their work.
Really?
No, nothing I can.
Did you guys finally sell your cave? On the moon with the giant rock in front of it?
I saw the Aristocrats and that's it. I don't think they did any like magic-y things in there. Like I wasn't moved.
You've never seen Penn and Teller?
I can't say that.
Ever?
I've seen them, but never like doing something. Always just sitting there talking.
They're not very good.
Well, not that one dude. I guess that's his shtick. He don't talk.
Right.
He's the silent, the keeper of the secrets. Yeah. He probably develops all those.
It was funny for like a minute, right? Like, and it was good for a minute, and then it's one of those things you look back in time, and they're still killing it. I'm sure they're 360 days a year in Vegas somewhere.
Right.
They're on the Siegfried and Roy circuit or whatever, but it's like Gallagher or Sinbad or whatever.
Sinbad's great.
Name it, right? It's all in that same thing where like there was this period in the late 80s to the early to mid 90s where there was like just this cultural void in comedy and fucking magic, and it was all just garbage.
Only recently did magic really turn around.
Yeah.
With the advent of the glass cage.
Absolutely. I think what happened is was it Siegfried or Roy that got eaten by the tiger? It doesn't matter.
I think the tiger took a piece of both of them.
Yeah, who cares?
But like one being.
I think people were like, whoa, fucking magic's getting violent, and that's when the shit came back.
That's when all those young, creative minds were like, wait.
Who you got in a fight, Siegfried or Roy? Like, let's just say they got into a little gay, bitch-slapping fucking
They're pretty built. Like, those guys are working out.
Well, they have to be. Cause
I bet their testosterone levels are through the roof.
Yeah, because they take that special tiger medicine, right?
I believe that's what it is. I think those guys could fucking... I wouldn't even be surprised if they trained, like, mixed martial arts.
MMA.
Just to keep in shape.
Tell me your first reaction. You remember when this happened, right?
What's that?
When one of them got eaten by their tiger.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't die. I mean, he's alive still. He's all recovered.
He's just mangled.
Yeah. He fucking... What was your first reaction when you heard that?
I don't think I felt anything.
I felt laughter. I'm like, fuck you for taking, like, a tiger out of the wild. I mean, I'm not saying they personally went to Siberia and got the tiger or whatever, but, I'm pretty sure...
I bet they have some, like, crazy-ass adoption fucking thing they have to go through.
I'm 100% sure it was not in God's plan for fucking tigers to be on a stage in Vegas, like, fucking... following around two gay dudes, right? Like
they have to screen them so stringently because they don't know what they're doing. Could be some freaky magic show.
Yeah, but I thought that was the funniest thing ever. Like when Kyle Dyer got bit by the dog, the local news anchor here in Denver. Do you remember that?
No.
So this was just last year. This dog goes out on a half-frozen lake, which happens like every fucking day.
And this newscaster decided to save it.
No, the guy goes out and saves his dog, which is a big no-no. You're not supposed to do that because
you're supposed to let him go.
You call the fire department, they come out and save it because if you go, then the fire department's coming to save you and your dog. And the dog actually has a much better chance of surviving in the icy water than you do, on account of their fur and shit.
Your fucking pale, flabby ass.
So the next morning, the local channel 9, the local let's call it ABC. I don't fucking care. Whatever.
Sounds good to me.
They have this little pixie newscaster. Kyle Dyer's her name, and she's just bubbly little morning news lady. Never done a serious news story in her life. She's just like tits and pretty face. And this dog is like a Neapolitan Mastiff mixed with a fucking pit bull or something. There's like this horribly sweet dog, but like just looked like the kind of dog that like would be guarding a junkyard in the middle of fucking Oklahoma somewhere.
Right.
And so they got the dog on stage, the camera's on, whatever. And she does the whole maneuver where she like grabs the dog's ears and she's scratching it behind its ears from in front. And she like dips down and like to give the dog a kiss, and like live on camera, the dog just takes half of her face off. So now every time I see someone petting a dog, I'm like, don't go all Kyle Dyer on that. Yeah.
I finally got that joke.
Yeah, so.
Heard you say it a million times.
But I don't know how I got to the Kyle Dyer, but magicians is what we were talking. Oh, because of the fucking gay tiger people.
Yeah. They got bit. You play with fire. You play with tigers. You're going to get bit.
My favorite magician all time, Copperfield.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good.
Two reasons.
I saw him in Las Vegas.
2 reasons. He was engaged to Claudia Schiffer.
It's true.
For 6 years.
Right.
And then dipped. Like, fucking...
Magic.
Right?
She was trying to get him to quit magic.
Yeah.
It's the problem.
I think he magically can, like, make his dick, like, 12 inches long or something. From the national average of 8.
The spell wore off.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is that?
What? And
23 Skidoo.
He owns his own small chain of islands in the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah.
They were called like Mushaka Bay or something, and he bought them, and now it's called Copperfield Bay. That's a true story.
I like him mainly because his brother is Karl Marx, the musician. No? You know his music, don't you? You've heard that. Nothing. You didn't know David Copperfield's brother was Karl Marx?
I don't know who Karl Marx is, other than like the communist.
Marx? Oh no, not Karl. What was the fucking guy's name?
Sagan?
Carl Sagan is David Copperfield's brother.
There's nothing on his wiki page about that.
That's because I changed it. I didn't want the truth getting out.
This article may need revision. Please donate $5 and start typing.
That brings up an interesting question. How's our Wikipedia going? Have you got that up?
I'm paying.
Is that a gigantic orange O behind you? Down below? What is it?
It's our Mexican clock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Cinco 30.
After the half-hour point, you add or subtract.
Okay, I don't know.
So if it's 45 minutes past...
Yeah, I'm American, so I don't know.
You add 5 minutes, but you subtract the hours. 40 horas.
Now, who is... No, seriously, who is Copperfield related to?
Man, Richard Marx. Richard Marx, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, it's magic. And now, okay, so Copperfield fucking is engaged to Schiffer.
Right.
For 6 years, and then says, I'm gonna dip. Now he has a kid with this, I can't remember her name, but I saw a picture of her on the internet. She's a French, like, supermodel.
Cool.
So, I might be rethinking this magician thing, too.
Yeah.
That's where the pussy is.
Underground magicianship?
Nah, you gotta be mainstream.
Nah, underground is where it's at, dude. Mainstream is too fluffy. It's too Penn and Teller. It's too pedestrian for me. Like, I like to wear a hooded sweatshirt while I'm magicking out.
Alright, cool. What else you got? What happened this week besides your newfound love of magic? And I had a pretty slow week.
Business-wise?
No, sex-wise.
You did have a creative renaissance.
Oh, I did. We're making an album.
We're making an album now.
Yes. Whether you want to or not.
Oh, I'm so on board.
We're making an album. Nina's on board. She's already written like 2 spoken word pieces.
She's already filled 2 meat composition notebooks.
Yes. She's got a lot of time on her hands.
Thoughts.
Since she had both of her feet removed because of the diabetes, she can't really get around, so she just...
They call that hobbling, I believe.
She lays half on the couch, half on the floor, and fucking writes poetry. It's great.
Really good stuff.
Yeah. She said she wanted to be here tonight, but she said around this time she'd be masturbating.
This is a hard time to get out.
With a toilet plunger. Yeah. Well, she weighs... What does she weigh? She's up to like 430 now.
She weighs a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
That picture of her on the Facebook page, that's the Audio Origami podcast. That's from like 20 years ago when she was skinny and hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before they found out she had celiacs.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for bringing up celiac.
You're welcome.
I did a little research this week, Craig.
Talk to me.
Okay, so you know how I feel about everybody walking around saying, oh, I can't have gluten, I'm gluten-free. And
you got mad at me for saying that.
Do you have gluten-free, blah, 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 blah? No, fuck you, I don't. Is
your coffee gluten-free?
So, I got on this new thing, this internet, the World Wide Web.
Okay, yeah. That's where our Facebook is located.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I think that's like a prefix.
Well, we're not on the World Wide Web yet. We're just on the Wide Web. Yes.
We're on the Wicked Web.
We're on the Denver-only web. Pretty soon we'll be worldwide.
Step up. It goes World Web.
Okay,
Wicked.
so how many people do you reckon there are right now in the United States of America? What's our population?
Oh, dude, I couldn't even begin to
guesstimate.
Tell you. 5 billion.
Oh, you're wasting my time. It's 350 million people live in the United States.
350 million. Where did I get 5 billion from?
I don't know. China. Okay. How many people do you think there are in the United States that have been diagnosed with celiac disease?
I couldn't tell you.
1.4 million.
That's not very many.
It's fractional of a percent, right?
So they're not even...
Right. I have 200 plus friends on Facebook, and I swear to God, 80 of them at least once a week post about their intolerance for gluten.
It affects different people differently.
No. It's a fad. Yeah. Just like homosexuality. It's a fad.
It's just a fad.
It's a fad.
It is most definitely a fad. But it's a fun fad.
Fucking gluten, man. Audio Origami. After dark. Yeah.
Fucking online magic.
Okay.
I'm thinking like audio only magic.
Yeah, I'm listening.
That for a second.
Fuck yeah.
Make shit disappear.
How do we do it?
I don't know. I'm still trying to fucking suss out the fucking details in my mind.
Cool.
But if you think about something that complex for too long, you just want to eat another human.
Yeah. Funny you should say eat another human. I want to talk about the cannibal cop in New York City.
Cannibal cops in New York City?
Cannibal cops. One more reason for you to hate pigs, Craig. Okay, Dateline, New York City.
Is that a tattoo of a tear underneath his eye?
No, I think it's a birthmark. Jury selection began today in the case of a New York City police officer accused of conspiring to kidnap, cook, and eat as many as 100 women.
What kind of women?
Oh, I'm getting there. Among the evidence that jurors may see, according to the New York Post, are photos of naked women tied up on a platter with an apple in her mouth and another woman tied to a spit over a fire.
Whoa.
Lawyers for Gilberto Valle III say he was only expressing his fantasies and did not intend to harm anyone.
Those were drawings?
No, pictures. You can get this on the internet.
The pictures that he took?
So, the complaint alleges that this Valle guy exchanged electronic messages with an unnamed co-conspirator about kidnapping, cooking, and eating body parts of victim number 1.
Whoa.
Prosecutors say that one of the women Valle allegedly discussed eating matches the description of his wife. And his wife, it turns out, is the one that turned him in, because she got on his computer one night, and there's like, he has 100 different files of women that he's gonna fucking kidnap, rape, torture, cut up, and cook. And his co-conspirator in the UK is like, how big is your oven? It's in the article. I'm not
call it something different over there.
I don't want to read the whole thing.
Cookie box.
How big is your heat cooker box?
You can only make meats, mint pies, in a proper-sized stovey box.
So his wife gets on his computer and she's like, fuck. But it wasn't just like fantasy shit. Like, He had 100 different files of women, and he had their pictures, and he was using like police equipment to do surveillance on these women.
Dude, I'd like to dip into this guy's mind.
Like, he was going to do it.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. So here's a quote from him as he's chatting online with his co-conspirator in UK. I did a little follow-up. They've since arrested the guy in the United Kingdom. He says to this guy one night, "I love that she is asleep right now and not have the slightest clue of what we have planned. Her days are numbered. She does look tasty, doesn't she?" Boom.
Man, what the fuck?
Boop, boop, boop.
Jesus Christ.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He faces life in prison.
That's ridiculous. New York City?
Yeah.
Fucking who eats people anymore?
Remember Hill Street Blues?
How could I forget? Like, I've modeled my entire look after that one renegade cop guy with the fucking denim cutoff jacket.
Yeah.
And you always wonder why I wear a fucking leather coat in the middle of summer. It's because of Hill Street Blues. I remember Hill Street Blues. Oh, is that his wife?
No.
Oh, is that his co-conspirator?
I'm moving on to murder story number 2. Okay, you've got to Google this, loyal listeners. This kid, also in New York, I think, maybe New Jersey. Nope, New York City. Bashid McLean is his name. The headline is, Bashid McLean poses with mother Tanya Bird's decapitated head in New York City. And they have a picture of it, and they've blacked out her face. But dude killed his mom, cut her head off, and then does a selfie shot in the bathroom mirror holding up his mom's head.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking bananas, dude.
Bananas. I never knew how to spell that till that one song.
Like, I don't want to do anything.
His lawyer says McLean's been off his medication for days. And according to the Daily News, McLean is schizophrenic. Just unfucking real, right?
It's so scary. Like, I don't want to open my door. I don't want to leave this like completely light safe area.
All right, I've got one more, and then we're going to decide who of these 3 is the most batshit crazy.
All right.
This is my favorite just because it's, well, I hate to say favorite because they're all fucked up, but this is Indonesia. Mother kills 9-year-old son for having small penis. Oh, I'm glad my mom didn't do that. An Indonesian woman drowned her 9-year-old son in the bath, claiming she was worried that his small penis, which is in quotes for some reason, would affect his prospects for the future. The 38-year-old woman from the capital of Jakarta told police her son had a small penis prior to being circumcised, but that it appeared to shrink further after the operation.
Oh, boy. Man.
She told police investigators that she killed him as he would have a bleak future with his small penis. Why am I laughing at this? She drowned her... I'm laughing. She drowned her... Anyway, she killed him. Alright, so, Craigers, here's your 3 choices.
Alright.
And there is a right and wrong answer to this. I'm judge, jury, and executioner. Who's more batshit crazy?
Of that bunch.
Indonesian mom drowns her boy for the small penis. Schizophrenic cuts off his mom's head, takes an iPhone selfie in the bathroom mirror with it. Or cannibal cop.
Cannibal cop.
You think so?
I know so.
I think it's dismembered head guy.
Nah.
Although he has mental illness.
He's schizophrenic. This guy's just a fucking...
Okay, yeah, he might get a pass for that.
Some fucking guy, dude. What the fuck happens to people? You think this is a good guy? He's gonna be a great pig. He's gonna run around and help everybody.
You know what causes it?
And he's fucking plotting. He's plotting to fucking cook people.
Gluten.
That's the problem.
The common thread, what I didn't read in the articles, is all 3 of these people were gluten intolerant.
The celiacs was rotting their brains. Jesus Christ.
You know what? I still think it's dude that takes picture of mom's head.
No, because he's schizophrenic. We all knew that.
Even his mom knew that.
His mom knew.
God, I hope my kids don't turn out crazy, dude. Seriously, right? Do you ever think about that?
I just think, like,
You're gonna think about it now.
I always think about crazy shit like that. I'm freaked out by everything. And I just feel bad that so many bananas out there.
Like, what if fucking 15 years from now, Jazzy or Emily, if it's my kid, or Matthew, just fucking goes nuts. Like, they've got some wires loose, and, like, I wake up in the middle of the night and there's a fucking 9mm in my mouth. Hey, Dad. Remember that time you wouldn't get me the Barbie fucking camper?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Menendez brothers, right? Remember that?
I'm not having fun on the murder cast.
Yeah. I just thought we needed to bring it down a notch.
We were going too fast for our own good for a second there.
Although I had
things were light with my
uncontrollable laughter when I was reading about the woman drowning her son for his small penis.
Oh, man.
I think it was because my penis is so small. I was thinking about,
God, I'm lucky.
My mom not drowning me.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks for that one.
Thanks, Mom.
Appreciate it. Man, fuck.
And thanks to my wife's mom for not drowning her for small titties. It hasn't handicapped her at all. You want to talk about the sinkhole in Florida? You heard about this?
No, tell me.
Okay. The sinkhole is Florida is notorious for sinkholes.
Right.
The most of the ground underneath Florida is like limestone that it just deteriorates when it comes into contact with groundwater.
Right.
So I was reading this thing, and one of the guys, the scientist, was like, picture all of Florida looking like a piece of Swiss cheese underneath the ground. I'm like, oh, comforting, right? But sure. So, guy's house, 4-bedroom house. There's 5 people live in this house. Dude's bedroom is in the back, and the sinkhole opens up, and it's like 25 feet deep at first. Boom. Half the house falls in. Dude goes down into the sinkhole. The other 4 people get out of the house, and his brother goes back to try and save him, and he can't get him. He's like sinking deeper and deeper, right?
He got murdered by the earth.
So this happened like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And just tonight, actually, I heard on the radio, they've said they are no longer going to try and find this guy's body.
Murder.
They presume he's dead.
Of course.
The family's a little like, no, wait, we can still get him, and they're like, no.
Do you have any rope?
Yeah. So the thing is I sleep with the radio on at night, and I wake up a lot in the night to pee because my prostate thing. We talked about that in episode 22.
That damn thing.
And I'll have a smoke and a bag of cookies or whatever I do in the middle of the night. And they're like, this guy's name is Jeff Bush. But in my haze,
we thought it was Jeb Bush.
I thought it was Jeb Bush, former governor, maybe current governor, I don't know. But fucking dipshit's brother, right?
Former election rigger.
Yes. So it's like 3 a.m. and I'm listening to BBC World Service, and they're like, in America, in a sinkhole, Florida, Jeb Bush has died. And so apparently, this 2 nights ago, I fired off like 10 texts to people.
Jeb Bush is fucking dead.
Finally, Jeb Bush is dead.
Thank God.
So I wake
up by the earth.
I wake up the next morning and I never even check my phone until I get to work, and I get here and I've got like fucking 30 texts from people I know, and they're like, what is wrong with you? What is going on? Yeah, so I apparently told everybody in my sleep that Jeb Bush had died in a sinkhole in Florida.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Half the people were amused, half the people were offended.
I'm gonna start a list.
Okay.
A fucking like a text list, and just like right before I go to bed, I'm gonna start a text and just like put all these people on it.
Uh-huh.
And the first time I wake up from a dream, I'm just gonna type the first thing I get and send it to him.
I like it. Although you have sent maybe 4 texts in your entire life.
But I'm turning over a new leaf.
Oh. Do you write down your dreams?
No.
Oh.
I don't write.
Evernote, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing to it.
Just go to sleep.
Oh, I do that already. But now in the digital age with, apps and stuff, Craig and I both use Evernote, and it now has the voice feature on it. I keep my little tablet right by my bed or right by my couch, and if I wake up, I turn it on, the Evernote page opens, boom, I just start babbling into it. Yeah.
And then you play. Oh, cool.
And then the next day I play it back and laugh at myself. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We should start doing that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
effort.
Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
Time to dream.
Well, Craig, I've been over murder.
You got into some murder tonight.
David Copperfield
showed.
Okay. Gluten.
Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about nothing but magic for the last week.
Talk some more about magic.
What do you want to know? Like what?
I want to know what tricks you've learned.
I can't tell you that yet.
See if you can make my wife and kids disappear. No, I'm kidding.
I don't do
just
anything
my
like
kids.
that. I'm not your disappearing magician. Here's something that's kind of cool. Have you ever used the transcription feature on YouTube?
No.
You should try.
Okay.
Last time I listened to episode number 3.
Okay.
And I was sort of just like looking around the page.
Right.
Fucking hit it. But if you ever do that, like, it's not even close, dude. But when it was typed out across the screen, it said like, Bill Clinton's phantom cock is to blame for Nancy Nocturn's failure or something.
I love it.
Like, I have a whole list of shit that I was like, oh my God, like writing it down. And this was the second time I listened to it. So like immediately I just quit listening to it and like reading this transcript. And then I started like jumping over to other videos of people talking.
Right.
And it's just like so fucking off. It's like,
so it's bad.
Not even close. But it's like awesomely bad. It's like the funniest shit.
Do you wonder if the people at Google were like, let's say we're working on this, like,
let's take apart and put back together this speak and spell and integrate it into our software. Here's something really awesome that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, cool. Let's talk about something awesome.
Fucking, so I went downtown to this magician's meeting during one of the breaks. Like, I got one of my boys to go with me, like, because I like to have a fucking support system intact. So when like I give up in like half a week, I won't feel too shitty.
Right.
He'll be
like when you quit drinking and smoking.
That was kind of lame. So fucking, I took my boy down there, and during one of the breaks, we stepped outside and we were chatting, and I asked if he had happened to listen to this at all, and he's like, "Yeah, I listened to I think the second one." I was like,
good.
Cool. What'd you think? And he was like, "Dude, it was rad." And we were talking about it for like 10 minutes. And I finally realized that he listened to the entire live feed, like from start to end.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you direct him to our YouTube page?
Yeah, I did. But it was just funny because like he stuck with it through the whole thing, and he even said it was funny.
Good.
But then I realized that he listened to it. I was like, what the fuck were you doing that whole time? He's like, oh, I was like cleaning the house and shit.
I got some real-time feedback from my dad.
Ooh, what did he think?
He called tonight. He's like, "Hey, it's Saturday. You and your friend doing that little podcast thing tonight?" I'm like,
"You and your fucking."
I'm like, "Yeah, pops.
It's Saturday."
It's Saturday. He's like, and this is about as emotional as my dad ever gets. He's like, "I listened to a couple of them." I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Pretty good." I'm like, "Well, thanks, man." He's like, "Yeah." Is mom there?
Is that true?
Absolutely true.
That's fucking hilarious.
And then he's like, so when's that one going to be up on the YouTube? It's the YouTube.
It's ready to go.
I'm like, I don't know, Dad.
The YouTube typed into his browser.
So I think I'm going to like have my dad be a surprise guest one night.
Dude, that'd be...
My dad's a funny motherfucker. But here's the thing about my dad. Like, if Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh had a baby... that'd be my dad.
Nice.
Yeah, he hates everybody.
Cool.
But it's cool because I'm like, we're absolutely opposite, but we like, he can fucking, we can debate and it gets pretty hot, but you know.
Yeah.
At the end, it's cool.
It never turns into a fist fight with like...
No, my dad's hands are as big as my face. Like, my dad, one swipe from my dad's bare paw and I'd be out cold.
Plus, you don't hit people.
No, never hit another human being.
Dads.
I think the first time I ever hit somebody, it's going to be a chick, though.
I hope it's a chick.
I don't want to lose my first fight. I'm talking about like a 10-year-old girl. Just fucking slap her around a little bit.
Blindside her. She comes out of the library. Kapow!
Bitch.
Fucking bring yourself up to speed with this reality.
I've been waiting to check out that Judy Blume book for 2 months.
Super Fudge is mine.
Yeah. Are you there, God? It's me, Fisty. Bam!
Oh, man. If I could punch anybody, I would fucking punch. I would probably punch, like, a UPS person. Or, like, somebody who's coming to my house to do a job. And, like, ring the doorbell, like, drop off a parcel, and just, bam, shut the door.
Have a nice
grab my
day.
package. And then call the cops on them.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
This dude fucking assaulted me.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. He's irate.
Fucking was leaving a bomb on my porch. I had to punch him.
Saw him dancing in the street for like 45 minutes, licking the pavement. This guy's out of control.
Do you remember the opening of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, where he's a delivery guy for UPS?
Yeah, well, that's a ruse.
And he's punting the package and like kicking it off. Yeah, that's funny.
Those were funny sounds they had.
Good times.
Emitting from the package.
Yeah. I love Jim Carrey.
I don't have feelings for him.
Really?
I do remember watching that film with somebody, and I didn't call it a film. And no, it's a film. Ace Ventura to some people is a film. I remember watching that flick with some people who I can't tell who they are, but they were like, this was like a DVD, and I don't really enjoy Jim Carrey.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't.
He's gifted.
He's gifted. There's no doubt about that. But I just don't care. Oh, and the person sat through the whole thing, and he's like, they edited like 10 minutes out of this. And he was like mad. And I was like, this is the dumbest fucking movie I've ever watched in my life. Like, how did you notice that 10 extra shitty minutes were gone?
Well,
what the fuck?
I would have noticed.
Shit, man. You would have been like, hey!
I think the original Ace Ventura Pet Detective is one of the finest movies ever made.
No.
Yes.
No way, dude.
It's comedy brilliance.
Feel free. I don't think I concur with that statement in any way at all.
Yeah. What else you got, Craig?
Murder! That was another thing I wanted to talk about tonight. I think with my ankle problems at the end of last year, I may have like polished off my deductible. I have to find out.
Ooh.
So if that's the case, like I'm in the clear. Like it's open season at doctor's offices for me this year.
But doesn't it usually reset January 1?
Oh, I hope not. If that's the case, then
you're fucked.
I'm not doing anything for the rest of my life, probably. Like, I owe a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah.
But if the opposite is the case, even still, like, I've met my deductible.
Nice.
I'm going to start going to the doctor's office.
For anything.
Not for anything, but to interview them.
Oh, cool.
But to interview them with questions like, where do you get off? Or like, what's the big idea?
No, set the scene. Okay, you go in. Okay, here's Craig.
Okay,
he's at the fucking Kaiser Permanente or whatever.
Yeah, so I fucking
primary practice doc.
What do they call the room where you're not being operated? The
exam room.
The examination room.
Examination room. Okay,
so I go into the examination room. I sit down and the doctor comes in. How have things been? Pretty good. And we get around to talking what's wrong with me.
Okay.
And I'm really nondescript. And I'm just like, it's like, I don't know. I sort of fucked this shit up. Like, my main question is like, where do you get off? And just see how long I can just like keep this up and like repeat it and go back again and again and again. You're like, what's the big idea?
I've been coming here for 2 months.
Who do you think you are?
I like it. Would you really do that? Like,
I would love to.
Would you take like a phone and like record it?
Yeah, that's like the idea because you can use earbuds as microphones. So just like have earbuds around my neck and just
that would be fucking hysterical.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that maybe this year. That would be comic gold. That'd be kind of cool.
Wow, that's one of the best ideas you've ever had.
You say I don't have notes. I got notes, man.
No, I don't have notes either.
Thing changed.
I was just Googling weird murder.
Weird murder. Murdercast.
Big chaos finish.
Thrust your rear end into my face.
I drain really easy. Like misery and semen. Misery and semen. Just open up that throat. We'll hit this hard.
Girlfriend in a coma. I know. It's serious.
You're probably in the DNA database now, too.
Have you ever used a public toilet? And they got you. Don't you worry about that.
Coast to coast. Let's go over our notes. Oh, and by the way, this is our first ever all-nude podcast.
Somebody's out there podcasting using my material, right?
Yeah, they hacked Evernote just to get your podcast notes. Can you buy me some beer tomorrow? Dumbest question ever. Right?
Fucking hit it.
Your ass is going to be so dirty. You got a dirty little ass.
But I just don't care. Death of this podcast.
Yeah. By the way, if you still live with your mom and dad, you're probably not an anarchist. Hey, Craig, you want to cut each other? No, it can't be funny.
Murdercast.
And why are you here on a Saturday night that is sad and pathetic?
Nope. I sexted one time. Ooh.
I can't come over the phone. Frustrating?
He won't know it's another dude.
The word you're looking for is horny.
Have you ever come into a sock?
Never.
Go
shoot it onto the ceiling and the walls and people's coffee.
Can I bring my own cup?
My God, you're beautiful. No, you're all right.
I'm like 5'9". He is a diabetic.
Do you have any of them saved? Do you have one of these conversations saved?
Diabetic cat.
The needles. The needles.
No, I've never rapped.
List of men I'd sleep with.
Is it from your boyfriend?
I just gave the cat the shot.
Is it from your boyfriend? Tina.
Liz.
Amy. I mean, they're all disgusting.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm a good singer.
You're a rich girl, and you've gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on your old man's money. You can rely on your old man, honey. You're a bitch, girl.
And it don't mean much.
Why is this in Spanish? Origami.
Just for the sake of fun, let me put something out there. Morrissey. Better than Hall & Oates.
METHODOFLOVE. The evil like that. Okay, this show is over. 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 No, it can't be funny. No.
You'd be the dude who should be like, that guy never swallows the drip. Audio Origami episode number 4.